Hey, what's up, guys? Alan Kiesel here. Thanks for watching. So real quick, I was just thinking of something and I wanted to share it before I forgot. So what I did the other day, I've had an ad set that's been running, 2 ads inside of it. They've both been running amazing. I've run tests against them. Nothing even competes, right? So what I did the other day, I bumped up the bid on it to see if I can, obviously go out there and get more and scale a bit. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. The leads completely stopped. Now I'm going from talking about 5, 6, 7 leads every day to absolutely nothing after bumping up the price. So obviously, Facebook's just like anybody else, right? It makes mistakes, things happen. So what I did was, and I remember, watching something a while ago, someone mentioned this, for a different purpose, but I just wanted to give it a shot. So what I did was I duplicated the ad set and the ads inside of it. I didn't change anything, not like running a test where you would, change something and obviously have a variation compared to your control. But what I did was I just duplicated it exactly the way it was. I had the ad set exactly the way it was, and I ran them against each other just to see what happens, right? Obviously people are gonna say, oh, you're gonna have audience overlap, this and that. I get it. But I really just wanted to see. So I ran it, and what happened was I got 6 leads in a few hours, and the ad set that wasn't getting any leads still wasn't getting anything, right? So it's pretty crazy to think that just by doing that, I was able to get my leads back on track, and even more than I was getting, which I expected to do with the original ad set, right? So sometimes you just got to do some weird stuff out there to see what works, right? Facebook, like anything else, it's just a computer. It's just an algorithm that's running and doing what it's supposed to do, and it's not perfect. And I think, also people forget that, when you're targeting an audience, and depending on how big your audience is, let's say it's 3 million people, for example, you're talking like the audience itself, right? But when you're actually running ads, if your budget isn't that high, you're hitting just this very small pocket of that entire ad set, right? So by doing this, you might just be hitting a different piece. So what I've actually heard that other people do is when they start running, and it's not just testing out an ad, right? I'm not talking about when you're testing out an ad, but when you have an ad that works, right? That really has been generating consistent leads and it's been battle tested. They go out there and they'll run it 4 times. They'll duplicate the ad set 4 times, right? Just to see, when they're testing different audiences, just to see how it works against the audience, because you might see one of them gets 5, one of them only gets 1, one of them gets 3 leads, whatever it happens to be, but it's really a good way to test, and it worked out really well for me. So I scaled it again, and that ad set's been working. So I turned the other one off. Obviously you're gonna have to do a little magic with some data, but at the same time, now my leads are rocking. So I just wanted to share that with you. It's not always just because you're running an ad and you change something on it that it means your ad isn't working. That's not the case, and I think most people get discouraged and start turning ads off a little too quickly. But I would urge you just to go out there and try to test these things out and see what happens. You know what? It might just make you a lot of money. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.